Hi, welcome to lecture number 25 of the Ultimate Python course. So in this lecture, we are going to see how to pass parameters to a function. And one more thing, sometimes I call them as arguments, sometimes I call them as parameters. The difference is not worth knowing. You call them as parameters or arguments, both are same. Earlier there used to be difference, but now everywhere it is used as synonymous. Synonymous are these parameters and arguments, okay? So don't write notes. Slides will be given to you in the description and also the notes. And please watch my video at 2x speed because I will be very slow while explaining. So watch the videos at 2x speed. Now talking about functional arguments, you know the structure, the anatomy of a function. The anatomy of a function is it is going to start with def and then the function name, and then we are going to pass the parameters. Now this is where we are trying to focus. So after this there will be block of code, and after that there will be a return which is optional. You can put return or you don't put return, it is optional, okay? But if you want to return something, you can return that, right? So what we are going to do here is look into parameters, how to pass the parameters. So the arguments or parameters is a way by which you can give input to the function. If you want to give input to the function, you have to use arguments. Now there are three types of arguments. One is positional argument, keyword argument, default argument. Default arguments we have already seen, but we will revisit them again here. Positional and keyword, I think keyword also we have already seen. Okay, let's revisit them. Now positional arguments means when you are going to pass the arguments in a specific order while calling the function, that is called as positional argument. When you are passing positional argument, order matters, right? I'll show an example. So each argument in the parameter list corresponds to one argument. I'll show you with an example, that is better. For example, there is greet. It is having two parameters, name and age. If you don't pass any parameters, it is going to give you an error saying that missing two required positional arguments. Two positional arguments are missing. Now in this case, if you observe it, this name and age are called positional arguments. Positional arguments, right? And the position is important. When you pass some values to these arguments, they will be accepted in this same order. What I mean by this is, for example, look at this. Greet takes two positional arguments, name and age, and we are passing two parameters, right? Now this name will get Ravindra and this age will be 27, right? So now if it executes, it is going to say that name is Ravindra, age is 27. My age is not 27, but still, okay? So you got it. In positional arguments, you are going to put the entire argument list and you are going to pass the values in that order. First one will go to first one, second one will go to second one, like that. That is what happens in positional arguments. Now, name and age are passed in that order. Now, if you see, first one is name and the second one is age. But we are passing 27 and Ravindra. It doesn't matter. Python will not care it. If the argument name is name, it is not really expecting a name. You can pass anything. That is why this 27 will go to name and this Ravindra will go to age. That is how positional arguments work, right? So 27 will go into name and Ravindra will go into age. Now that is why you are seeing I am 27, I am Ravindra years old, right? So when we know that how many arguments have to be passed and what are their values, then positional arguments are the best one, okay? Keyword arguments. So keyword arguments means arguments are passed explicitly by stating the parameter name. So you will say which argument you are passing. Order really doesn't matter. So I'll give you an example, with that it will be clear. Okay, so what is the advantage of keyword arguments is self-documenting, which means if you read it, you will understand which parameter you are passing. Okay, and you don't have to remember the order of the parameters. Okay, so this is ideal for functions with many parameters. I'll show you an example with which you will understand. Now if you observe this, there is a function with three parameters, name, age and city. There is a function with three parameters, name, age and city. Now you are using the keywords like name equal to Ravindra, which means this Ravindra will go into name. Age equal to 27, which means this 27 will go into age. City equal to Chennai, which means this city will go to, this Chennai will go to city. Now the beauty is, even if you write it in a different order also, actually they will go into right place, right? I will show you with an example. So here in this case, Ravindra will go into name, age will go into 27 will go into age, and city, right? So you can change the order also. So what I mean to say is, now we are changing the order. See, we need three parameters, name, age and city. Now initially city is written as Chennai, which means this will go into city. The order is changed, still it doesn't matter, you are getting what you wanted. Now name is going into name, Ravindra is going into name, and 27 is going into age, right? So the advantage of key arguments is you don't have to remember the order of the keyword, parameters. You can put them in any order and you can give them the values. When there are a lot of parameters, it is difficult to remember all of them. So you can directly write the name of the parameters and pass the values. Okay. Now in a function with many parameters, some of them may have default values, right? And keyword arguments will help us to make it readable and maintainable. So when you have keyword arguments, it is easy to read and understand which parameter you are talking about, right? Now default values, you already know this. Default values means some of the parameters can be given default value and you don't have to pass that value. If you don't pass anything, it will take the default value, right? And default arguments must be at the end of the parameter list. When you have a lot of parameters and when you are having default parameters, you put them at the end. Now what is default parameters? We'll see it. Okay. So when you have default parameters, when there is a default behavior, okay, when there is a default behavior, then it is going to be helpful. When you have default behavior, it is going to be helpful. It is especially ideal for configuration settings. So when you are doing some configurations, most of the values will be having default values. Only some of the values will change. In those cases, having default arguments is useful. I'll show you. So see this. Name equal to Ravi is already given. It is a default value. And age equal to 18 is a default parameter, right? So now we have default parameters. Now name is given and age is given. Now if you don't pass anything, if you call the function as it is, still it is going to say whatever it is supposed to do. See this. So it is going to say my name is welcome to grade 3. I am name. Name will be Ravi because Ravi is here. I am 18 years old. So age is here. So without passing any parameters, you are using the default parameters. Okay. Now, in case of default parameters, you can also pass the values. For example, if name is a default parameter having the default value name, and if age is a default parameter having default value 18, now if you are passing a single value, let us say j. If you are passing a single value, let us say j. Okay. What will happen in this case is, the first parameter will take it. Name will take the value of j. That is why if you see it, I am J. Here I am J is printed and age is not given, so it is 18 only. 18 only. Now, if you call the function with parameter as 27, then name will take 27. So that is how it works. The first one will take that value. Okay. So even though name's default value is Ravi, since you are passing one parameter, that will go to the first parameter, which means instead of Ravi, you will get 27. That is why you are seeing here, I am 27. In place of name, 27 is given. I am 27. I am 18-year-old. Right? Now, if you are passing two parameters, if there are default parameters with Ravi and 18, and if you are passing two parameters like J and 27, now name will take J and age will take 27. Name will take J and age will take 27. So it is saying I am J. So in place of name it got J and in place of age it got 27. Right? So default parameters are overridden. Right? Now with the default parameters you can also use keyword parameters. Okay? So what do I mean by that? Already default parameters are there, name and age. Name is Ravi and age is 18. Now, if you use keyword parameter, then age will take 30. Age will take 30 and name will be Ravi only, right? That is why you are getting name is Ravi and age is 30. Here also the same thing works. Name equal to Ravi is default and 18 is default, but you are changing it to, you are passing a keyword argument RBR. Then what happens is RBR, this Ravi will be replaced with RBR. Therefore, in the name of Ravi, I am getting RBR and 18. Right? So let's mix positional, keyword and default arguments. Let's mix all of this. So Python allows you to mix positional, keyword arguments and default arguments in the same function. However, there are two rules. What are the rules? Positional arguments must always come before keyword arguments. Okay, so first you have to write the positional arguments and then the keyword arguments. And always define default parameters after positional parameters. Right? So what is that? Positional should come first and then keyword, and default must come after positional, and default also should come after positional. Default parameters should come after positional. Okay, so positional should come first, then the keyword and default can come. Okay. So for example, in this one, these are all positional arguments. Name, age and city are all positional arguments. Now if you are passing Ravindra, Chennai and 27, so first Ravindra will go here as the positional argument. Now keyword argument is city here. Keyword argument is city equal to Chennai, that will go into city, and age equal to 27 is given, that will go into age. That is why I am getting, welcome everyone, I am Ravindra, I am 27 years old, I am currently living in Chennai. Right. Positional arguments must always come before keyword arguments. Right. So positional argument, for example, in this case, name, age and city are there. Now this is a keyword argument, this is a keyword argument. Why? Age equal to 27 is given, name equal to Ravindra is given, and also there is a positional argument, right? But positional argument should come before keyword arguments. So you cannot say this. See, 27 will go into age and name will get Ravindra, but then city will not get Chennai. Okay, that is a problem here. So positional arguments, if there are any, should come before the keyword arguments, which means you should keep it before keyword arguments. That is why we got the error, right? So what is the error? Positional argument follows the keyword arguments. Positional argument should not follow the keyword argument. First finish all the positional arguments, then start the keyword arguments. Now if you see this, name is given, name, age and city are there. Now Chennai, age and name are there. Now what is the problem here? Positional argument is before keyword arguments. There should not be any problem, but there is a small problem here. The problem is Chennai is a positional argument, therefore it will go into the first position, which is name. Now again you are defining name equal to Ravi, which should go also into name, right? So positional argument is saying that name should be Chennai, and the keyword argument is also saying that name equal to Ravi. That is the problem, right? So now if you see the error, grid 2 got multiple values for argument name, because you see this, multiple arguments are going. One is Chennai and one is Ravi. Multiple arguments are going. That is the problem, right? Next one is always define default parameters after positional parameters. Okay. So what does this mean? So the default parameters, for example, this is a default parameter, this is a default parameter, and this is a positional parameter. You should always define positional ones always define default parameters after positional parameters, right? So this is a positional parameter. City is a positional parameter, which is supposed to be before keyword parameter, right? So that is why we got the error. So what is the error? Non-default argument follows default argument, which means this is non-default argument. It follows default argument, right? It should not happen. So if you are having a positional argument, keep it before the default arguments. Got it? Now look at this one. So we have city, a keyword or default argument and default argument. We have positional argument, default argument and default argument. Now it will. So now if you try to call it without passing any argument, it will give you an error. The reason is, see, name Ravindra is default, that is fine. Age 18 is default, even if you don't give any parameter, that is fine. But then this is a positional argument, right? For that you are supposed to pass some value. If you are not passing some value, you are going to get the error. What is error? Missing one required positional argument, city. So city is a positional argument and we are missing that value for the positional argument. Okay, you should always provide a value for it. Now if you write like this, this is a positional argument and we are having the first argument as Chennai. So first one will go to first one. Now the second one, third one are not there, but for them default values are already there. Default values are already there. Default values are already there. Right. So there will not be any problem. So welcome everyone. See this. Welcome everyone to grid. I am name. So name by default is Ravindra and I am 18 years old because age by default is 18, right? And I live in Chennai. This is positional argument, Chennai city. Right. Now city is a positional argument and name is a default argument, age is a default argument. Okay. So first positional argument will go to first positional argument and the second argument will go to the second one. Even though it is not a name, 27 will go into name. That is why you are seeing I am 27. The name value is given as 27 and I am 18 years old. The age is given as 18 years, which is by default, and I live in city Chennai. Chennai is past, right? So even though it is a default argument, if you pass the argument that will be, the default value will be overridden. The default value will be overridden. Now, see this. City is a positional argument, name is a default argument, age is a default argument. Now, Chennai will go into positional argument because that is the first one. And age is modified to 27, that is why it will go there. And name does not receive anything, that is fine. Right? Right? So that is why you are getting the answer as I am Ravindra and my age is 27. From here it got 27 and then I live in Chennai. This is from the positional argument. Right? Now see this. There is positional argument city and there is name default and then age or default. Right, right. Now keyword arguments are being used. Keyword arguments are being used. So age equal to 30, it will go to age. Name equal to RBR, it will go to RBR. And city equal to Hyderabad, it will go to Hyderabad. That is why you are seeing my name is RBR from here, from name, and I am 30 from here, and I live in Hyderabad from here, right? Okay guys, so that's all for the lecture. Guys, it takes a lot of effort from my side as well as from my team's side, and we are doing hell a lot of videos for free. So you can at least like the video if you like it. Okay, if you like it, comment on the video if you want to thank me, and please subscribe to the channel and tell your friends to subscribe. Okay, so please grow the channel. Thank you. If you want to take my GATE classes, we go to the website ravindrababuravula.in and you are going to see all my GATE classes available there. Okay, so coming to the classes, they are all recorded. Why am I doing recorded? Why am I not doing live classes? Is I have thousands of students registering for my courses every year, but then if I conduct a live class, only 20 or 30 people will be there. 20 or 30, that's it. Maximum is 40 I had. The reason is live classes are little bit wasting your time. See, you cannot watch a live class at 2x speed. You have to watch at the pace at which I teach. Generally, I will be very, very slow while teaching. So if you can go through the live classes, you can watch them at 2x speed and you can complete the syllabus very fast. 400 plus hours content is there for GATE. And if you are going to watch them at normal pace, it will take 400 hours. But if you watch it at 2x speed, it will take just 200 hours, right? So if you want any of my GATE classes, GATE Computer Science or GATE DA, the price is just 10,000 rupees. It is very, very reasonable for the kind of quality we provide. We have test series, we have doubt sessions, we have videos, we have lecture notes for everything. Even you don't have to write any lecture notes. I will provide you lecture notes for every subject. You just have to sit back, watch the videos at 2x speed and revise the notes. Short notes will be provided, long notes will be provided, formulas will be written in the separate notes. Everything will be there provided to you. You don't have to work hard. And coming to, if you are planning to go abroad, we also have study abroad program. You can go through my number. My number is on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is in the website. If you are planning to do masters abroad, that is a very good choice. It is better than doing masters in India. So if you are planning to go abroad, we will help you out right from taking the passport to getting the visa, US visa, right? So we will help you out in the entire process. Okay. So do visit the website, see what is happening there. Even DSA course is there for 5,000 rupees, which is both in Python and C++. Okay. So thank you so much.